Hey y'all, welcome back to the Fully Forgiven podcast, The Teen Journey. Before we dive in today, I just wanted to say today was my first day of school. And I'm not going to say much about it right now, but just know I'm trusting God through it all, okay? Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever been told, but they're family? When someone hurt you, like somehow sharing DNA means you have to accept anything and everything. Yeah, we're just gonna turn that around today. Because here's the truth. Just because they're family doesn't mean you need to eat at the same table. Today's episode is all about redefining family. Not just the people you're related to, but the ones God places in your life who truly love you, support you, and help you grow closer to Him. Before we dive in, quick disclaimer. This episode will touch on family hurt and feeling disconnected from people you're related to. If that's you, I want you to know two things. You are not alone, and it's okay to talk to someone you trust, a mentor, a counselor, a youth leader, or adult who can help you work through it. This podcast is all about faith encouragement. It's not a replacement for personal guidance. Redefining family. We've all heard those sayings, family is everything, or blood is thicker than water, but here's something not many people realize. The full version of that phrase actually says the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. That means the relationships formed through shared promises, values, and purpose can be even stronger than the ones we're born into. Even Jesus redefined family in in Matthew 12:48 through 50. Who is my mother and who are my brothers? Pointing to his disciples, he said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother." Jesus wasn't dismissing his mom or his brothers. He was teaching us that God's family is built on faith and obedience, not DNA. My stepdad helped me through some really tough times, even when things were difficult with my own family. He supported me and made me smile when I needed it most. Family is about who feeds your spirit, not just who shares your last name. Finding God-given family. Sometimes God provides what I call chosen family. These are the people who step in when you feel empty or alone. When I think about my own life, I see this clearly. I've had mentors in church who checked in on me, prayed for me, and spoke truth into my life. I've had friends from church who have even just sat by me when I needed someone to just be around, a person that can know when you're hurting and stuff by just looking at you. That's a real friend. Friends who feel more like siblings, who will call me out when I'm wrong but always in love. A church community that reminds me I don't have to do this walk with Jesus alone. I can tell that the people around me, like in church, and the people that I actually want in my life are there to support me even if there was something going on. Who has God placed in your life right now that feels like family even if they're not related? Who points you closer to Jesus? Write those names down or just say them out loud. Now, here's the hard part. What happens if your actual relatives aren't supportive? Or worse, what if they're toxic? Listen carefully. You are not wrong for needing boundaries. I have set boundaries even with my own family, and it's okay. Here's what boundaries can look like: spending less time in those environments, saying no when something crosses a line, protecting your peace without feeling guilty. Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Boundaries are not about punishment. They're about protection, protecting your heart, your peace, and your purpose. Most importantly, peace. I'm going to need that. Even Jesus withdrew from people, including his own family, when it threatened his calling. Maybe you only call that cousin who always stirs drama once a month instead of every week. Or maybe you limit visits to an environment where you know gossip happens. Boundaries don't mean you stop loving. It means you love wisely. If you've ever felt rejected, unwanted, or like you don't fit in, even with your own family, lean in close for this. You already belong to a bigger family than anything on this earth. Ephesians 1:5 says, he predestined us for adoption to sonship through Jesus Christ. That means you are chosen, you are adopted into God's household. You are deeply loved and fully seen. Psalm 68:6 says, God sets the lonely in families. Sometimes that family looks like friends, church leaders, or mentors who step in and fill those roles. Imagine sitting at God's table, a place where you've never been rejected, never overlooked, and always loved. That's the seat Jesus secured for you when he died for you. Here's a challenge for this week. Write down 3 people in your life who feel like family, even if they're not related. Pray over them this week and thank God for them. It's okay to pray. I mean, you might not pray every single day, but you can at least pray when, like, for me, I get it's like an instinct. Like, I need to get this out of my heart. So I always just let it out in prayer. It's easiest that way because you can talk to somebody, but I won't say you will always, but you'll feel like they're gonna tell somebody, or like you're gonna be judged, but you don't have to be judged. It's your personal relationship with God. Third, write down one boundary you need to set with a relative to protect your peace, and ask God for wisdom to follow through. Here are your truths to carry into the week. Family isn't always blood. It's who God sends to love you as well. Boundaries protect, they don't punish. You already belong in God's family, loved, chosen, and secure. Next week, we're unpacking how to know if someone is a seasonal friend or forever friend. If you ever wondered if that person in your life is meant for just a chapter or the whole book, that episode is just for you. Until then, remember, you are fully forgiven, deeply loved, and you always have a seat at God's table.